Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Well, if you're still here after that rather important notice, then thanks for that. And if you share my sentiments, I would appreciate your comments at the end. Something you might not know about me is that before I start any video, I do a lot of research. So I'm not just thumb-sucking information out of thin air or surmising. I watch a lot of videos from a lot of different YouTubers. I collect that information if it's relevant, and I put it into my videos. So with that in mind, recently I made a video about the H-Ace and how to get a zero pitch. And because the H-Ace software doesn't have a zero slider here, or a zero button like the H1 does, initially I believed, well, there was no zero trim. But anyway, it happens to be that if you press the button here, zero trim, as you'll see, I'm not going to play this video, then that's where the servos start, and that's where you need to set them up. So with that in mind, let's go to the Flywing website. Right, so this is the Flywing video. And they are discussing the H2, yes? But the software is pretty much the same. It's just more involved. But what's important is this page here and the leveling of the swash plate and getting to zero. So let's watch the important part here together and see what they have to say.
Check front and side views to ensure it is parallel. Fold the rotor blades. Increase or decrease all three sliders by the same amount, so the blades overlap horizontally.
I'm just pausing here quickly. So looking at this, we've adjusted the swash plate height, yes, all incrementally to try and get these blades in line here. Okay, but the important part is coming now. Let's just continue a little bit.
Zero the pitch gauge.
Okay, so did you see that? They went a little bit back here to change these numbers, and then we saw the blades pop into line here. And I've been watching videos for many years, and this is a very well-known technique to get zero pitch. Okay, so how do I confirm that? Let's watch a little bit further.
Zero the pitch.
Right, so the first thing they say is, so they've done that now, yes, and they're going to zero the pitch gauge here, and let's see what happens next.
Pitch gauge on the H to flight controller. Slide it onto the main rotor blade.
Okay, that's the important part, yeah? So my video explains using the swash trim settings, which is these sliders here, yes, to get to zero pitch. And that's what this video is basically about. So my video is this one, yes, and I'm on the same page basically, but on the H-Ace Flywing software, and I'm using these sliders exactly as they've described here to get to zero pitch. But anyway, let's watch another one. Okay, so here's another video from 4 years ago, and we're talking basically about the same thing, but we will see that there's a zero pitch here. But what's interesting is when it doesn't line up on top of the lines, they use the sliders here to make that happen. So let's watch along.
This look basically horizontal. If you drag servo down or change the value here. OK, swatch plate is adjusted successfully. Click OK. Next, adjust the pitch. Click zero pitch. There's a tick mark on the rotor header.
So this is the important part now. So you'll see that in the H1 software we have a 0 pitch button, whereas on the other one we don't. So here we only got this servo trim button. So getting back here, let's have a look.
Let's take tick mark as an example. The tick mark is aligned with tick mark in the middle, which is 0 pitch. And
okay, did you get that? So these lines need to be in the middle, and it shows you 0 pitch. But here's the important part.
the tick mark on both sides represent the positive and the negative pitch. Let's put the 0 pitch progress bar to the top. And the tick mark can't touch the middle.
So what she's saying is here that if your 0 pitch, and now don't forget 0 pitch moves all 3 servos, yes? And if these lines will not match up, what do you do? Let's have a look.
How to solve it? Return this 0 pitch value to the middle. Let's go back to the swatch play leveling and add 50 to all the values here.
Okay, so if your lines don't line up here, yes, because we don't have a 0 trim button on the HA software, you need to press this button here, which is the servo trim section, which zeros the servos, yes, and then and this is the key point, you adjust the trim here until these lines match up. Let's have a listen.
Let's go back to 0 pitch and drag the progress bar of 0 pitch. The tick mark is aligned in the middle.
Right, did you get that? So just to recap, we don't have a 0 button here. We will just press this and then get these sliders, the trim sliders, to get that to 0 pitch. So this is 2 of their own videos explaining that exact procedure. Okay, now here's the interesting part. So this is my video where I explain exactly that. However, let's have a look at what they have to say here. Do not change the 0 pitch by changing the trim. This is incorrect. So what are we led to believe here? So this is the official Flywing YouTube channel. Here we go. 7051 Flywing. So I followed their exact videos, yeah? And now they're telling us that this is not correct. So what are we led to believe? Why are they saying that this is not correct if their very own videos show this exact procedure? So Flywing does watch my channel, okay, because here they have commented, but they don't comment on any questions that I pose in the videos, none whatsoever. But they will now highlight this as incorrect after I have clearly followed their very own video on doing exactly that. Why are you disputing the very procedure that you describe in not 1 but 2 videos? You don't have your own HACE 0 pitch video, so your claim that this is not correct is unfounded because you don't have anything to prove otherwise. So until you have something, this is the way to get 0 pitch on this Heli. And I challenge you to prove me wrong or make your own video how you would get 0 pitch with your software on this system. So Flywing, with your comment in mind that this is incorrect, I challenge you to show the community that supports you and buys your products to instruct us on how to get the 0 pitch on this system with this software. Without that proof, this video, as well as your own 2 videos, are still the de facto information source. So guys, let's not get mixed messages and don't let these sort of comments throw you off. Yeah? We need to hold these companies accountable when they contradict themselves. And because that's how we keep the hobby safe, informed, and happy pilots. Yes, we're all here to learn something, and I make these videos because I gather the information, which is not always easy for a lot of you because you're busy working. You want it all in one place. But now when Flywing contradicts themselves, basically, because I've shown you that in their video they do exactly this procedure, then what are we to believe? And why are they even commenting this here without giving us an alternative? What is their motive behind this? Are they trying to discredit the channel, the video, myself? Who knows? Because consistency builds trust, you know. Contradictions just destroy it. So Flywing owes the RC community clear answers, not selective replies, and not dismissing the very methods they themselves teach us. Until they provide an explanation, I stand by the documented procedure, and we all need to keep manufacturers accountable when they confuse or mislead their users. Because in this hobby, clarity isn't optional, it's essential. Guys, thanks for watching. Please put your comments below, and let's get the ball rolling.